I'm stealing your stuff.
You heard her saying it. Hi, my name is Molly.
I'm Kathy.
And this is Kathy. And together we're Linen and Scraps and both certifiable. But anyway, today what we're here to share with y'all is we've had several of you ask, and we were delighted to share it. I'm nervous. But
Molly's nervous.
I am.
Oh, the queen of scrapbooking is
how
nervous.
we make tags and things and other little things with some of our stuff.
Yeah.
So we thought we would share with y'all today how we do that.
Yeah, how we do that. And it's a, as Molly said here before, this is a hot mess.
It's a hot mess. I want y'all, if y'all can see my room, there's a table in the middle that I've got filled.
We have a table in the
Kathy's
middle,
every
one at the
counter is
back.
filled with stuff, and I'll
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to get started by showing you, Kathy, if you don't mind, what we're going to talk about. When we say tags, what we had talked about in previous videos, and certainly in our last video, was using leftover scrapbooking supplies, paper supplies,
Vintage paper,
memorabilia you have around the house,
charms,
tickets from Disney World, whatever.
Charms, yeah.
That you make tags. Now you ask, why am I making a tag? Because it's funner and quick and easier than making a scrapbook, let's say.
It's quicker and more finishable than a cross-stitch piece.
And
instant gratification.
when you need a break from cross-stitching.
Yeah.
But anyway, so these are some of the tags Kathy had made, and aren't they beautiful? And you can just see the back and all. So when we say tags, and what I had expressed to y'all last time, and I firmly believe, is for all the different holidays, I just set out, I have a box of different tags and all. And some of them may have family pictures on them. Some of them may have memories for me or cute little saying quotes or something. But they're just another little piece of interactive art that you have out for the holidays. So I want to start with, we're going to talk a little bit about what you need, or what we think you need. Anyway, Kathy, I think what we think you need. To make tags.
Yep.
Okay. Now I do need my thing for this, Kathy. Hold on. I keep trying to use my mouse to control my phone. It does not work. Okay.
Still.
What I'm going to start off with, Kathy, is the vessel that you put your stuff in.
Yeah.
Okay. Before you get started, this is a box that came in a set of 2. I bought them from Amazon. It's 4 1/4 inches wide in the opening.
You can link that.
I could?
Yeah.
I could.
Because I think it's a cute box even to do it.
It comes in whitewashed white.
Yeah.
Whitewashed
cool.
white or brown. Put little feet on it, decorate it up with stuff, whatever you want to. But anyway, but you could buy boxes at Hobby Lobby. You can use old cigar boxes, which is what I used at Christmas and all. You can use anything you got. A Tupperware container. I don't care what you use.
Whataburger.
Yeah, but the moral to the story is you have to know how big your tags are going to be.
Yeah, we're talking about a finished tag going in this box.
Yeah, so if you're going to
Yeah.
make tags, what are you putting them in?
Yeah.
You know, it's easier for me to find the vessel and make the tags fit than to make a bunch of big tags and then I'm hunting the world trying to fit them in something. Okay, so you start with your vessel. Okay, Kathy, what's the next thing you need?
And then you are looking, depending upon the design, if you want to do a Halloween or if it's a generic one to set out all year, or if you're looking to stick with the holidays. Today we're going to be basically focusing on Halloween and fall. So Molly graciously went through her scrapbooking papers and I actually sorted some out, took some out, but there's beautiful paper. Now, do you know where these papers?
That's Crafter's Companion that you're looking at.
Just
probably still available.
Just gorgeous papers.
And they came in a pad for $19.99, and you get 36 sheets or something, too dang much. And all. But what I'm hoping y'all do is use what you have first.
Yeah.
You know,
before you
use what you have first. So in other words, we went through.
Day of the Dead is in here.
Yeah, we're in El Paso, Texas, where there's Day of the Dead.
This one.
Yeah. And so there's bright, pretty papers and all.
This one's really cool.
These are all just scrapbooking papers I had that we're going to use.
So we're going to use. So scrapbooking paper. So decide what papers you want to use. And we try to kind of get a compilation together of what papers we like. And then from there you can kind of add on, okay, your treasures, your ephemera, your tags, your metal pieces. So that's what we were doing this morning.
And I do want to tell you, one of the reasons we're using print scrapbook paper is because I have a lifetime supply, And when I say lifetime, I mean all of y'all's lifetime. I mean, I have a lifetime supply of scrapbook paper.
Plus my lifetime.
A bunch of people's lifetimes. But if you use shipping tags, which you literally just look on Amazon, type in shipping tags, they come from as little as 4 inches tall, 6 inches tall, 8 inches tall, and of course the width goes out the thing. Those come in manila or white. If you don't have scrapbooking paper, you can buy a shipping tag and doodle on it, or color it with some inks or paint on it or whatever. You don't have to have scrapbooking paper, but I know a lot of you do.
Yeah.
You know. So now we talked about chip. We do ours on chipboard instead of shipping tags.
And Molly, I think you get a lot of yours from Amazon, but here we are today again using up cracker boxes, cereal boxes. If you want smaller tags, you can do the little drink boxes. So anything that you can get a decent weight of cardboard. And Molly and I were talking this morning, because you're going to double-face tape both sides, plus paper both sides, you don't have to have like the heaviest chipboard or heaviest cardboard. This is actually a pretty decent weight. And I think Molly's going to list that too.
And this is about the weight. It might be a little heavier, but not much, than a Cheerios box or a cracker box or a pet food box or whatever. Which my house produces, I say my house, not me and my husband. I have an endless supply of recyclable chipboard, you know, from boxes and all. I love using that first. I actually bought this chipboard for a project where I needed a specific size and all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to have this listed. It's from Amazon. I think it's let's see what I'm going to read here real quick. 100 chipboard sheets, 8 by 10. So I always make my tags 4 inches wide. So boop, 4 inches wide, perfect, right down the middle. And then I cut them however high I want. They may be different heights. And when I say when I'm using cereal boxes, I use whatever scrap size I get out of the box. But when I use chipboard, I always
the other thing watch for, if you get mailers sent to you, if some of you ladies are buying, Jen as well, buying cross-stitch charts, a lot of times they're put into the heavy cardboard envelope. Those work great too. So once you become more aware of, I need to save that. We were talking about that on our last video, the ends of a crescent roll.
You start saving
all of a
things.
sudden it's like, that'll work for that. Or
I need it. It's a perfect metal circle.
Once you start doing it, it kind of becomes second nature. So that is
which is not maybe a good thing. But anyway, okay. So you're going to need your vessel to put them in.
Right.
I like to predetermine what my vessel's going to be, and then I fit my tags, make sure they fit in it. Yep. But if you want to go crazy and just make tags, then just know you're going to find something to put it in later, and God bless you.
I mean, you can use a basket.
Anyway.
The sky's the limit.
Okay, so. And then you need the base of the tag, which is chipboard. Then you need, you're going to decide on your paper or if you're going to color it or whatever. And then you need
tape.
And we're saying tape instead of glue. You certainly can use Elmer's glue, good old cheap Elmer's glue. I struggle with glue, and it. While it gives you a little wiggle time on your paper and all, it also creates a little bubbles and
it dries really fast here too. So this is by scrapbook.com, and mine comes on a, what did we say that was, a 4.5 inch roll?
A 4 inch roll. 4 inch wide. Roll. You get 4 or 6.
And you can see I've cut my tags out, as Molly was talking about, from our cardboard or our cracker box, and then I've actually loaded up scrapbook tape, double face tape on each side.
And you notice she hasn't cut her corners yet, hasn't punched a hole, any of that.
Very rough edges. That'll come later.
Slap this on. Okay.
That'll come later.
But you can use glue. Don't hesitate. You can use a glue stick. Here, like she says, the glue dries, and the glue sticks, for me, they come undone.
They do. And
they dry out and just fall off.
A year from now, when I'm pulling tags out next Halloween, it's like, I got to reglue all this stuff.
Another thing, excuse me, I can't remember. Another thing I'll tell you about why I like tape, because I make mistakes. I use Undo, which I buy in the big industrial size bottle that framers would use. I can undo anything I tape.
That's a really
good thing. If I glue, it's there. It is not, I'm going to tear something trying to get it apart and all.
Right.
But I do find that I change my mind often enough or make just enough mistakes to where I love being able to use Undo and and Undo doesn't ruin anything. Like if you saturate your paper and pull it off, that's going to dry. just like new.
Yeah.
You know, and the tape will still be sticky, kind of thing
Right.
on the back. But anyway, so that's the base.
Yeah. That's
So we've
the
done
base.
the chipboard, the thing, and then you've got your paper or whatever you're going to choose.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Kathy, what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say the fun kind of begins.
Well, the other supplies I'm going to tell you need,
Yeah.
which are just common sense. If you've done any scrapbooking, you know these things. But just a reminder, you're going to need a paper trimmer or scissors.
Yeah.
All throughout the process, cutting your ribbons at the end, cutting the paper, cutting the chipboard, everything. So have a paper trimmer and
Tweezers
scissors.
handy.
And we're hoping in this video, we're going to do this beginning, then we're going to show you how we sort things, and then we're actually going to make some tags under the camera.
Right.
If you want to sit with us and act like we're in the same room or whatever and make some tags with us and go
At
forward
least
backwards.
this list will give you a heads up.
This list is
You
going
can
to be...
come back then
yeah.
when we're making ours.
So you need paper trimmer or scissors. You need your adhesive of choice, which we talked about, paper. And then I put on the list, you need your thingamabobs. Your, and what... You know, your thingamabobs. I put old scrapbooking paper, stickers, embellishments, ribbon. I'm reading off a piece of paper because I can't remember. Ephemera of any kind, and you get a prize if you can say ephemera, right? Ephemera. And charms, buttons, metal pieces, trims, blings, old tickets, receipts,
Old
map parts, anything
Christmas
you got.
cards,
Oh, yeah.
old Halloween cards that you might be sending out, old invitations from a party. I saved all of my cute bags from my trip to Germany in last December, and I want to cut out and make some tags just using those pieces from receipts and bags that just a great reminder of. So anything. Really anything. Yeah.
And I'm trying to use up when Kathy and I get farther along, I'm going to pull out buttons and rhinestones and sequins and see if we want to make some shakers or add a little button here or sequin there or some, just anything, just so you use it. So what you see this mess all around us, one of the things Kathy and I, we just recently did a Tim Holtz class where he was making tags and things, and he sent out a bunch of stuff, and he told you to sort it out. So I already had some of these. I bought some more. I bought these from a Diamond Press off HSN or something. Kathy's using some Whataburger salad containers. They're
They work
perfect.
great.
They're better than these. They're
They
perfect.
have a nice snap-on lid, so head over.
They're just the thing in the
perfect
height.
height.
Yeah. Anyway, so anything you want to use, but the moral to the story is you kind of divide your things out. This is just a small sampling of stuff. Like this, I had made a hat one time for a hat contest in a it was like a grunge thing, anyway, and this was just a small little piece on my hat or something like that. I pulled it off. I'm not ever going to anyway, so any little things, this was something I've had. If any of y'all remember Bo Bunny, the brand Bo Bunny, this is 100 years old probably. There's some Anna Griffin stickers, so I just kind of divided myself. This was some ephemera I had bought, which after I came in, I'm like, I must have been having a rum and coke when I bought that. Anyway, here it is. I got a year's supply of this. I'm hoping Kathy uses it all up. I'm hoping we use it all up.
I was still here before.
We're just creating. And then I have one of these of buttons, one of these of charms, one of these of stuff. I have ribbon, I have washi tape. But it's kind of a neat way to stack up your stuff, just like her containers stack up and all. So you get your thingamabobs all around you.
Yeah. And then, I know I do, and I think Molly does too, is you get your scrapbook paper and you kind of walk the room a little bit trying to figure out the fun pieces that go with your paper or that you might want to use to embellish your paper. And maybe you're not going to use the whole sheet of paper. Maybe you're going to cut this in half and use the back for the other half. Or maybe there's another sheet of paper that you want to incorporate and mix them up a little bit. Or you want to just cut a strip of that particular paper. But you kind of walk the room and find out.
I call it auditioning. I audition nope, yes, nope, kind of thing. I just
and you might not use it all, but you might, at least you have an idea. You kind of have a base of what it is you think you're going to start with.
What story you're trying to tell.
You might kind of want a theme. Yeah,
what
like
memory.
This has got a house and gates and ghosts on there, so you kind of think, oh, I could probably use that gate, or I could probably use that black ribbon. So you kind of gather them on, we just put it on top of our scrap paper, and it helps. It helps you think the process.
Okay, so you've got all your stuff out. You're going to start auditioning. And then one thing I want to mention, I did tell Kathy, I lose Kathy for a month or two out of the year, or 3 or 4. It seems like forever. But anyway, and I keep saying I want to do other videos and all this stuff, but one of the things I want to tell y'all during this point is I use and make for me and Kathy, I use my Cricut Machine, Photoshop, and Creative Fabrica. If I am going through all this stuff and I don't have, like Kathy held up this paper. I may go find a tombstone, or I might find a ghost, or I might find something that I think is the perfect ephemera for that, from Creative Fabrica, a piece of digital artwork, or from the Cricut Access or something, and I'll cut myself out some. For instance, we have paper that is Day of the Dead, which is big here in El Paso. Yep. Well, I don't have Day of the Dead stuff. You know, I mean, where do you find Day of the Dead stuff? I don't know. So I went on Creative Fabrica. Where's my ladies? I don't know what I did with them. Are they over there?
Oh, dear.
Maybe. Okay, they're somewhere on this desk. Anyway, here they are. So I couldn't find Creative, I don't know where you find Day of the Dead.
Molly has to cut me some of these.
Okay, so I went on Creative Fabrica, and they have things like this that I downloaded and then upload into Cricut and cut. And look, here's the little guys. So I will create some of my own ephemera, and that's what the video I want to do is show you how to. I'm not trying to sell Creative Fabrica. I don't get anything out of it, but I love it and it's cheap. But I've had people wonder, how do you do that? So I thought I could. But for instance, on Creative Fabrica, I could have made this. I could have made this flag 11 inches wide on my Cricut, or I could have made it 3 inches wide, or I could have made it 2.5 inches wide. And that's what I love about
having the versatility.
Yeah, you can do that. But look how pretty. Oh, they're so cute. Anyway, so you will see us using things that I'm saying I created. I downloaded some artwork, uploaded it into Cricut, scaled it, maybe changed the color a little bit, or the size, or whatever. What Kathy was talking about, there's one of the things on Creative Fabrica. There's a collection. It's called Whimsical Halloween. No, Quirky Halloween. Quirky, which I think is the perfect word. And it's this kind of look. I loved them.
Yeah.
And I have some charms that go with it.
Yeah.
So anyway, and when you see the paper.
This is going to cost me a loaf of dilly bread.
Oh, she's got to. I ain't doing all this stuff for nothing. I'm getting some. Anyway, you can see how, can you see how I was trying to create things that had the look and the color of that. Yeah. So I do. If you see me using stuff, you're like, where do you get that? Where do you get that? Well, I cut it and I can show you how.
I did not know what Creative Fabrica was, and it is a website that has a trillion different designs on it. Not only does it have for scrapbooking, but it has for machine embroidery, regular embroidery, cross stitch. I mean, there's patterns out there that are just. And
people make T-shirts. They buy in. They download those prints. They stick them on a T-shirt and sell them through Printify and make a living.
Off of it. So I did not know what that was initially. The website's tricky though. It's not. I don't think it's. My personal opinion is it's very hard sometimes to save or maintain or find. I think find is the hardest thing.
Find is the hardest part.
But when you find it, either get a favorite on it or get it in your cart or buy it, because it's like you'll never find it again. But anyway, it's a difficult website to work.
Can I back up for just a second? We talked about paper. Those of you who are old scrapbookers, not that you're old, but you used to scrapbook long ago, probably have a bunch of paper like I do. Most of it is 12 by 12. But a lot of us had bought 6 by 6 pads and the 4 by 6 pads, like you see at Hobby Lobby and all. Don't hesitate to use those. You don't have to make a 6-inch tag. Right. You can make an 8-inch tag. We're just going to piece some things. So I have some of these things here to show you how I'm going to
Which is fun because then you can
I want to use
add a border in between to connect them.
Oh, absolutely. I can use ribbon or washi tape.
Yeah. There's tons of different stuff to be able to.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to quick show these. And then when you get really good at what it is you're making, I had done these floss books. I even did the inside. But floss books with charms and paper. This particular one's for my Halloween, and this one was for Halloween. I actually really like the colors of this one. And again, that's just.
And those of you who are scrapbookers, Graphic 45, anybody remember that name? Anna Griffin. Oh, yeah. So those are
so things you can do after. A couple other things I want to show to track your to track your designs when they're finished, I actually had bought, I did these, I think I showed these a while ago too. Let me just try to get this open here. So this will track, you can put a little index card in there, but your finished product. I actually have one of the small printers. I printed a picture of my sampler and then wrote who it was by, anything that I've changed. And it's a really cool way to keep
and this was a vintage, Kathy, you bought this off Etsy, I think. This artwork?
Yeah.
She bought this off Etsy. Very inexpensive, beautiful resolution. The girl did a beautiful job, you know. And I got to get this, Kathy. I need that.
And then I bought that off Etsy.
And she bought that.
So I have made a couple of those. So you can spread your wings out a little bit beyond the tags. Same concept on it.
I like how you did the ribbon on the book.
I know.
That was clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So, okay. But
anyway, but you can see how, like this, look at that old key. Come on, we got that stuff in a drawer.
I
in the
know.
kitchen
You might as well
somewhere.
use it out and look at it, and it's pretty.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what we're going to need to get started. So you're going to need to take some time.
Gather your utensils.
Gather your stuff up. Decide if you have a cracker box or a cereal box you can let go of. And decide if you want to use glue or tape. Now, Kathy showed the roll.
Yep.
I buy the sheets, which are, do you see that yellow paper over there,
Yep.
Kathy? I'm going to have a link to this stuff. I'm by no means saying this is the cheapest or best in the world. I'm telling you this is what I buy. It doesn't matter, you know. But it comes in a pack like this, and it's double-sided adhesive, and it's the English size, so it's not 8 by 10.
It's like
But I don't care.
8.5 by.
It's this is a smidge under 8, and I mean a smidge, and it's no, let me read this thing right. Hold on. I'm looking at a centering ruler. Never mind. Don't trust me at all. I'm looking at a centering ruler.
Yeah.
The moral to the story is I'll have it on.
Well, this is 8.5 by 11.
No, this is 8 inches wide. This is 8 inches wide.
Sorry.
So you can see this thing is 8 and a.
Yeah, I was trying to give them a.
So this is 8.5. Well, maybe 8.5 by 11. This is 8 by 10.
It's just narrow.
So it's a little bit wider, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But the moral to the story, it's a nice full sheet. Kathy likes the roll.
Yeah.
That's her preference. I like the sheets. I find it easier to store, and I'm so, well, I was going to say anal, but now I'm not going to say that. Forget I said that. I'm so
You've now been removed from.
This is cheaper by inch. This is cheaper per square inch, and I can cut it any size I want and use a wider piece and all.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Right.
Okay, so I'll have that linked. The adhesive. I'll have the my sheets and the roll Kathy uses.
What else?
And then
Anything
the
else that
chipboard
we
I'll have
wanna-
linked. Okay, that's to get us started.
Yep.
But the moral to the story is once you have all your stuff out and you're feeling just like I did, freaking out because I was overwhelmed and embarrassed at how much stuff I had, but I loved every piece of it and I like seeing it again and all this stuff. Once you, I'm going to say audition your pieces and kind of decide that's what I'm going to use on the paper, use that. Then shop again is how I have to do it.
Yeah.
I can go crazy, keep shopping. I mean, shopping my stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like,
You'd
use that.
You'd never get anything done.
Use that. Forget all the rest of the stuff for a minute. And then when you look at it, if you say, I need something else, or I need a button, or I need a something, or I need, then go back and do it. But get some done.
At least get a start,
Yeah. Okay, we're going to break. And we're going to do what we said we're going to do, and that's shop our stuff, put our tape on, get our papers ready, and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll come back and show you how we actually do it. Okay, no matter how many times I try, this remote does not control my phone. Okay, hold on, we'll be right back.
Piece of gray hair. We don't want that on our tank.
Let's just say I turned sideways and there was gray hair everywhere. Anyway,
we're back.
Okay, Kathy and I are going to start on part 2 now.
Yeah.
Which is how we picked our papers and embellishments and stuff. But first, a word from our sponsor. Kathy has some stuff to add.
Well, I wanted to, a couple more things that, as we were shopping our treasures, pop dots, is that what you call them?
Pop dots?
These help to make the paper more three-dimensional. So if you've got something you want to stand out or a little bit more forward, or if you have a duplicate and you want it to look more three-dimensional, that way these work great. Colors, many different sizes. You can even get them in different heights. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. Molly, where do you get yours?
Stampin' Up.
Stampin'
or
Up.
Michael's or Hobby Lobby.
Yep.
And Kathy said paper, and I think what you mean is the embellishments on top. That's
Yeah.
not the paper you're putting on the tag. It's
No.
the stuff you're putting on top
anything,
of that.
anything embellishment to make it
Yeah.
stand out. The other thing Molly brought to my attention, here's my roll of scrapbook tape, but you can get these in different widths. So you can use this for your embellishments too. So for instance, if you've got a piece of ribbon you want to have across, or maybe a border across, these were great for that too.
I actually, on my tag bases, I'm actually using double-sided adhesive tape instead of covering the whole surface. I'm just going to use some of this kind
Some
of
of
tape.
that tape. So there's a couple ways to do it. I fill my whole board
I normally do.
with my roll, both sides. So I've got a few ready here to go, but a little bit on that. And then also for the holes, you will need on top of the tag hole punch. And I like these brown paper tags.
Reinforcers.
Yeah,
Reinforcers.
and you can get these. I think I bought these on Amazon.
Is that actually a reinforcer, or is that just a brown circle?
It's just a brown circle,
But it has
but
the
it
whole.
cover. Yeah,
Yeah, it's got. These are paper whole
yeah.
reinforcers.
It covers that
They have the
hole.
hole cut out. Yeah.
Especially since the hole itself is not going to be perfect, it makes it.
Where did you get
al-
those?
I think on Amazon.
Okay.
You can. I also found these. You can buy them in colors as well as metallic looking. So a couple different things to look for. The metallic ones are nice. Metallic ones are Molly. Then Tim Holtz Distress Ink, a must, because many times, especially if you use the Cricut, you've got the white edges, or if you've got ephemera that has the white edges, or anything you want to make look old, that is great, along with your, what do you call these?
Daubers.
Daubers were great. Gotta have that. I think Molly and I she uses the vintage photo and ground espresso are probably the two that we like.
The walnut stain, which is one of my favorites, has a brownish reddish tint or something. Walnut stain.
Yeah.
And if you've walnut stained fabric or sprayed your, some of y'all spray your cross stitch with walnut stain sometime and all. Anyway, and then ground espresso, as you can see, is a brown black. You know what I mean? So it's
Either
two
way.
different looks you want. You know,
Glue.
you will need glue for
You
some.
will need glue. I prefer the Aleene's. It takes a while to dry, but I gotta say, I think in the long run, it holds the best. By morning, it's like, oh, I can't even budge that. So I think glue. The other thing that I did find on Amazon is one of these.
Oh,
Love those.
bought mine at Walmart. So there you
And
go.
for sanding the edges of anything, especially your tags. And that's why you don't have to do anything beautiful to the tag just yet, because we're gonna sand them and then we're gonna distress them. So at the end.
And what this is, if you, any kind of crafting you do, it's a foam handle. I got mine in the paint department at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon.
And
And they come with several sheets, several different grit grades.
Of wallpaper.
And they just peel off and
sandpaper.
on of sandpaper. I love this
Yeah.
tool.
And I kind of miss it if I don't have it. It's like, oh, that works so good. Otherwise, there's always just plain old sandpaper. Somebody had given me sandpaper blocks. I just tucked these in this little box, and I happened to be headed over to Molly's, so I brought with what I store my stuff. Molly's room is scrapbook. She's the scrapbook queen.
And jewelry making and
I have-
painting and embossing and
And my
metalwork.
craft room is my sewing machines, embroidery machine, and cross stitch. So you can't fit it all in. So I've much reduced compared to what Molly does have.
But that's a perfect blending. So
I think that's it. I think that's all I was gonna mention about is extra supplies. So
So
I think
what
we're good.
Kathy and I did
Get this out of
in
the
those,
way.
in those seconds from when
Yes.
we last saw you, was we went
shopped.
through our stack of paper, and she pulled some, 4 or 5 sheets you liked
Yep.
to get started with, and I pulled 4 or 5 sheets that I wanted to get started with, knowing that we still have a bunch left.
Yeah.
Anyway, and
We
then
can do this again.
Yeah, and then we took our sheets of paper and we went through our different little things of embellishments or whatever, and we had, like, I had 5 sheets of paper laid out. I picked up the thing that had stickers and I threw my stickers on there. I picked up the thing that had flowers. I threw my flowers on there. I'm doing this. Threw my flowers on there. I picked up my things and what. So it was just real easy. And then those little containers I have stacked back up, so I don't have to think about them for a second. Kathy's Whataburger containers, beautiful idea. I can't wait.
I should have brought one over here.
Whatever you have, but it's just
The
for
Whataburger
me,
salads
that
are great.
sea of embellishment had to go away.
Yeah,
You know,
otherwise
and
you
I-
get too confused.
Yeah, and I don't, there's only so much space in my house, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you, which is gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, well, I'll have to
What-
be the person
Well,
to
look, I'll do this, just catch what
grab.
falls. So in other words, here's my paper, and
Yeah.
if you can see, I've got like this top paper. I've got some frames on there, some flowers, a little bit of ribbon, and then some of my artwork that I printed, you know, and all. So this one's pretty much ready to go. All that I'm missing is my tag, which is prepped, you know, and my paper cutter. So there's one tag ready to go. So the next tag is Another Day of the Dead I've got ready. You know, you can see everything on it. So I just have them kind of stacked up and ready. Here's one that's
more of the greens,
witchy. Oh yeah, it's like a foresty.
more outside. Yeah,
You can't see
kind of
it
at
or anything.
midnight.
But so I just have stuff stacked on top of it, ready to go. And anyway, so that's how I like doing it, because I like, you know, well, Henry Ford's assembly line method is, you know,
I'm not
everything ready.
quite the assembly line gal, but there too, you can. I'm the same way with my stitching.
Exactly.
I stitch on one thing.
So this paper, let me
Yeah,
see if I
that's
can hold it up,
That's a cool one.
is, I don't know if you can see, Kathy. Let me see if, can I possibly put, let me get the,
There.
Anyway, see how it's got a hand reaching out of the grave and all this stuff. So I found some bats to fly over the moon, some 3D bats, because it's got a big moon on it.
So this will help you determine where on your scrapbook paper, what area you're going to use.
And then I found, I had bought from Temu, back when I was buying from Temu, I don't buy as much from them anymore. Now it's all on Amazon. Anyway, they have a pack of vintage papers or something. And these have spells and potions or something. So I pulled those. And then this is one of the witches Kathy had wanted printed. So of course, you know, I had to print myself one. You know, can't just have one. And I found an old paper frame that I had, so she's going to be on there with her witches and spells and all that stuff. So it's just that easy, you know. To me, that's easy, and it helps getting my brain to use up some of those embellishments, you know, kind of thing. Okay, so oh, and look, I also had on that one. This was from Dollar Tree. It was some stickers, some kind of 3D stickers. Oh, isn't that going to be perfect with the witches and her potions? You know, and then from Anna Griffin, I had some Valentine. Where the hell?
We're doing Halloween.
Halloween. Had some Halloween rub-ons. So instead of, I'm not gonna be able to rub them on a busy print paper and have them show up. So I'm probably gonna rub them on a manila paper or white paper and then just cut around them or something, or make a little separate tag or something. Anyway, so that's as easy. So I've got a little stack here ready to go.
I got my stack too. I'm ready to go.
Okay, so now we're gonna try to put the camera at the right angle so that you can see hands and desktop instead of us.
Instead
Wish
of
us
us.
luck. Hold on. Gabby's gonna get started.
So is Molly gonna get
And I'm gonna be
started.
off to the side here, but pay attention to her. She's gonna be doing the talking.
I'm gonna be doing the talking. Molly's doing the walking. All right, so as you can see, I have my piece of scrap paper here. I have my little treasures here as well. And I'm gonna be applying them and probably adding more as we go along, because this, I'm sure, is not the end of it. But both sides. I've cut my my cardboard or my cracker box. I'm now gonna be peeling off the, and this is always a little bit tricky, peeling off the sticky. Molly, do you have one of your picks handy, or?
It's in the drawer to your right, top drawer.
We got that one. So we're just gonna peel off one side, one side at a time. Now I want this to be my front, so I'm gonna be using this back side, and I'm gonna try to apply it as close as I can to the edges, so I don't have to cut off a whole heck of a lot. In this particular instance, I'm not concerned about the way in which this is going. Molly, on the other hand, might be using a dimensional. Do you have another scissors there handy?
Why?
I gotta cut my piece.
Oh, okay, you rather scissors? Okay, because you have a paper trimmer, but
Oh,
scissors is good.
Scissors is good.
Uh-huh.
You do want to watch if you have a one-way design, kind of like fabric, that you are conscious of the design and where you're putting it, especially since you're going to be using the back side of your paper. So kind of have to have a method to your madness to that. Now in this particular case, I'm going to just use the bats on this side. I'll probably tone these up a little bit with the Tim Holtz Distress ink. I don't think I have another paper here that I'd want to use. You got some half sheets that were handy over there still, or no? I'll just use this. No big deal. So I'm going to peel this one off.
Just have stars on both sides?
No, I'll put bats on the one side.
Okay.
It just takes me a second to get the tape. You can see Molly's one. Here's my Sidners. I know we had
sourdough.
We had sourdough crackers. And like Molly had said, it's one of the best. And here again, I'm just gonna apply it as close as I can to the one side and the bottom, so that I don't have to do a whole heck of a lot of cutting or turning. We're gonna sand it anyway, which is what I'm gonna do next.
And for those of you who have one, I actually use my most favorite way of trimming something like this is I use a glass mat with a X-Acto knife,
One of those
because I can
cutters.
just run it across the chipboard, you know. However, that's over there. So,
And we're doing this together.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take my sandpaper and just sand. And this kind of evens out the edges a little bit. Now Molly I can't remember what I did to my tags. Sometimes we'll trim these to make it look like a tag. I think some of my tags are straight. You can decide that later on. Molly, what are you going to do to your tag?
I'm going to decorate it and then decide how tall it's going to be.
Okay.
Remember, I have a 4-inch by 10-inch thing.
Yeah.
So, my tag is limited to the width of the box. I can go as tall or as short as I want to.
And are you going to curve your edges? Or don't you know yet?
I probably will cut them on an angle. Is that what I'm out doing? The little cut angle.
And you want to do both sides, as you can see some of that. And this gets off that edge of tape as well.
And I don't want to encourage y'all to buy a lot of things you don't already have. But when she's talking about cutting those angles, you can cut them. Just snip them with scissors. Take one side and turn it over.
Or
and
not
get the
cut
exact
them.
thing. But I have what is it called? We Are Memory Keepers angle cutter. I love that machine. It cuts through all
there's so many.
things.
There's lacy cutter, a lacy look.
Okay. So you can see I already have my paper on both sides while Kathy's sanding. And you can also see I'm not sanding. So what I'm going to do is just take my Tim Holtz Distress ink and distress up the edges. You have to distress your edges before you start applying stuff if you're going to distress. Because you won't be able to reach under some of the stuff that's, hanging off the edge. So I just load my ink onto my dauber and just go to town. So you can see where I hope you can see where that just adds a nice
Yeah, I hope I'm not
depth.
off. I
don't know.
I'm gonna scoop my butt up here further. Hopefully you can all see that.
Anyway, so she's sanding to get a great smoothness and look, and I'm lazy behind and just going for it. Okay, now I'm not worried about the top too much yet because I'm going to apply my stuff and see where on my print I want to be. Kathy, do you want me to go on with what I'm doing?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, so let me move this stuff out.
I might borrow if you got your ink handy, I'm going to use your ink.
Okay.
I got my dabber handy, but not the ink. It's in the bag.
Okay. Now, this is, see, I'm going to put it under, what am I on the camera? Right there?
Yep.
What is the black thing? Oh, that's my tag I'm saying.
You're good?
Okay. What is up to them? Let me see. Okay, I think you can't move. Sorry, okay, so these are some of the things I pulled.
What did I do with my dabber?
I don't know, mine's right here, yours is right here.
Oh, good.
Okay. So these are some of the things I pulled. I hope you can see.
I'm dabbing. I want my edges brown. Go ahead.
So I've got these things pulled, ready to go. And so now it's just a matter of, I'm going to ink the edges of these things. Can see her I already inked. I don't know if you can see her I already inked. And see this one I didn't, so it's just a pure white edge. I'm going to want the inked edge. So I'm going to be inking my edges real quick. And then I'm going to just start playing with where to put these things. And let me tell you with 100% honesty, I have no idea where they're going yet.
Yep.
I will know when I play with them a little bit. But that's the fun of it. So Kathy's using my
Oh.
Oh, that's all right. Keep going.
I thought I...
No, it's right here. This is yours.
Oh, is
Can
that
you just put the ink a little bit between us?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that one. Okay, not a big deal, but anyway. Okay, so I'm just inking my edges, fast, like a bunny.
And I'm doing my whole thing here on the back because I'm not a fan of the all white paper.
And the reason I put on Cricut, I will do it to where I do the offset and leave myself a little border. And if I'd have known what color paper it was on, I could have actually done it the color of the paper. But the reason I do the white edge is because some of these things have such fine little tendrils and all. Cricut would have tried to cut around them, but they wouldn't have stayed on. You know, they'd have just torn off so easy. So I put the little border, the offset on there. If you're interested in learning how to make stickers on Cricut, let me know. I could do a video, easy enough. Okay, hold on, that's what I got to ink, and then I got to ink. I don't know that I'm going to ink those because I like them cheery. Okay, so I'm through inking. So now it's a matter of me upside
Kathy's
down.
still inking.
But her stuff comes out so pretty.
I ink everything.
Okay, now the other thing is I'm kind of bearing in mind. See how that barely shows up on the background? So I'm going to have to do something to separate that. I may be saving this altar for a second tag or something.
Oh.
I'm just what I call dry fitting right now. I'm going to be popping these up here. But to separate these, that's where I've come in. I'm probably going to be poking some flowers underneath there or some flowers on top of there. How is that looking, Kathy? Is that looking any good at all?
And I kind of like it when things extend beyond the tag.
I do. You just have to remember
your box.
My box is about this deep, so he can stick out further. Does that make sense? But my box down here, this is 4 inches, so I can only go to 4 1/4 because that's as wide as my box is. So
you gotta be conscious of
above the height of the box. I can go out 6 inches if I want to.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm kind of liking that, and what I'm imagining is I'm going to tape this down, and then I'm going to go on the Cricut or stamp or something, some words. However, I did cut out some. I printed some words that are Halloween words off Creative Fabrica, but you can buy stickers and things that say that. And I'll probably insert a couple of words that give it a little more interest. I also will probably go back and do some bling on there, Kathy, don't you think?
I know.
Little flashy.
You've got some flashy stuff.
So anyway, once I pop these on, you're going to see that's pretty easy. Kathy, are these mine or is that yours? That's yours?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys know?
Well, if I need them, I'm going to steal them. If I don't, I won't. No, that's not right. Okay, so I'm going to open my pop.
I can't remember.
I don't know, Kathy.
I don't know.
But, and it's kind of like, who is it that eat all you want, will make more? Who says that? Doritos, Lay's, somebody? Cheetos, somebody. Eat all you want, will make more?
Oh, I know what I'm missing. There it is, the Halloween.
Now, this flower, I'm going to go ahead and use pop dots on. But if you have something that's 3-dimensional enough and you don't want it sticking up anymore, I use glue dots. Kathy probably uses glue. But again, the reason I use glue dots is because I can use undo and just take it off if it made a bobo. You know, if I decide I don't like it or something. And I've been scrapbooking for 20 plus years and I haven't had stuff fall off.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that nice?
The only time I've had anything fall off is when I've used tape runner. You know those little bitty things you buy that have the little dot tape on it? That and glue pens come off on me.
Oh, glue pen, yeah.
I mean, whatever you call those things.
Yeah.
That comes off. Okay. Now, I could have left the white outline on that or outlined it in black and it would probably stick up more. But it's a little late now for me to decide that. So, again, I'm just putting pop dots on the back.
Are you working good upside down?
No, but, it is what it is. So, okay, now, Kathy, you ready to talk about yours?
Yeah, I used one of Molly's envelopes. One of her, what are these, index library card envelopes?
Library card envelopes.
Yep. And you can see that I did the edges. I had this, one of Molly's beautiful potion recipes. I tucked that into one of the library cards that Tim Holtz distressed all the way around. Don't really care how much I got on it. I like enough on it. My tags are a little bit smaller than my box. And I'm gonna put my witch over here. And I think I'm gonna leave that up there. I've got a raven I'm gonna stick in here, and I'm probably a couple of the pop dots as well. I've got some flower, a little bit of a flower arrangement thing going on. Got these old pumpkins. I think I'm just gonna put those on the very bottom. And I don't know, maybe some ribbon, some bling. The other thing, when you're putting stuff at the top like this, make sure you keep your hole in mind. You're gonna wanna make sure you have your hole. Molly did bring, we've got a hole punch here. Probably a good idea to measure that. I know we had a ruler. I don't know what to do with the ruler.
It's somewhere on this
Table.
Mel of a Hess, as my daddy used to say.
What did your daddy used to say?
Mel of a Hess. It'll come to you in a minute what that means.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay. Anyway, why are you looking for a ruler?
Well, I was gonna punch my hole. No big deal, but yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I
In
wanted
the
it
drawer to your right,
Yep.
second drawer down,
Yep.
is rulers.
Oh, look at that.
I love my room. There's a place for
She
everything,
is.
and everything is
There's
in
the
place.
ruler.
And I keep all my
So I'm gonna
tools right near me.
go down probably about a 1/2 inch from the top. Mark my little. So my tag is 3.5. Half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. Now we need a pencil. Pen, marker. Look at that. Molly is like all over the place. So I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm going to tease while Kathy's doing that. Right near me, like I'm left-handed, but in my left-hand drawer is some scissors and things I use the most. Right in my right-hand drawer is all of my tape, glue, piercing tool, Cricut scraper, everything I use. So right there near me, where I don't have to exercise at all, is all of my most important stuff. But I get my stretches in because 2 drawers over, is my We Are Memory Keeper things and stuff like that. So it's my exercise plan.
She's got it all worked out. And then the
makes sense.
candy dish is closest. Least
To Kathy. I have to. Kathy I didn't mention this when we were talking about supplies that you need. Kathy did mention, don't forget snacks. Tell them about snacks.
Don't forget the candy.
And I said, oh my God, I forgot the candy.
A little tricky to punch that hole.
Uh-huh.
But here's what you don't want to do.
Uh-oh.
So my bats are upside down. But that's okay. We can live with that. So
Something tells me they're flying out of the belfry. Her bats are flying out of the belfry.
So they are, well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I think
I'm just going to leave them. But the nice thing is we'll cover it up. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. And I meant to say that. I truly meant to say that to y'all.
I meant to do that.
Yeah.
She did not mean. Okay, this leaf was sitting on the table.
She's
Kathy or
gonna
I,
use
neither one claimed it, but I'm going to use it.
It's up for claims.
Uh-huh.
So.
Because I need a little touch of yellow. Let me show you what I've done so far. This is my guy. And I have a horrible habit of not contrasting enough for things. But there you are, So I'm just going to stick this little leaf underneath his hat. And you know what?
I might need some stars.
Well, I think you do.
I think I do.
Okay. So I'm just going to stick this leaf underneath here to give me a little contrast. Now,
That hole punched, and it will be here for the next people that move into this house.
exactly.
Whatever it is.
Kathy asked me today if I was moving. I'm like, is
I
she trying
know.
to get rid of me? What's the deal?
I looked at all of her stuff sitting out, and she's like, she's got to get rid of some of this stuff. Got to get rid of some of this. And actually, you know what? I might use this hole as a mistake. How fun is it going to be to put a tail
Or a charm hanger or
on the
something.
bottom?
That's what I do.
So there we
I
go.
meant to do that.
I meant to do that.
Kathy, that's hilarious.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So now we can go back to this.
Now, I know y'all are going to tell us in the
Just
comments
gonna go there.
how goofy we are or how this didn't help or, whatever. Give us your honest opinions, but be sweet. Because remember, I'm nervous.
Sweet is good. Molly's nervous. Molly told me she's nervous. I'm like,
I'm
are you
nervous.
kidding me?
I'm nervous.
So I'm going to start probably gluing. I might use a dot on my raven there and my flowers. But I think that's what I'm gonna end up with.
Kathy. And what is in your pocket? A recipe?
The poison recipe, the potion.
Ooh.
But I think too it would be fun to hang some stars on my misguided hole.
Okay, now you're
Yes.
saying that in this room.
Yes.
Where are they? Yeah, I have some stars.
I think that would be very fun to stream those little puppies. What do you think, Mal?
I think I love it.
That was a David Partridge song,
I know.
by the way.
If you're old enough to remember this, you're as old as I am.
David Partridge. Oh yeah, I was going to put, so I might not put pumpkins on the bottom here.
Now,
Or I may.
we're going to take after we get these far enough along, we're going to cut again because we're going to go ahead and put the ribbons on. I'm going to find Kathy some stars. I've got a ton of star sequins, I can tell you that.
How?
All different kinds. I've got star crystals.
What is that? So are you going to glue then too when we're...
Glue what?
Are you gluing? Are you done here? Oh, you did.
I'm going to be through with the tag in a minute.
Oh, you are. And I glue.
You glue.
And
Well,
I glue,
knock
yeah.
yourself out.
Yep.
I'm going to tear this off for a second.
Yep. Oh, that's really cute the way you've got it on here like that.
Okay. And the only reason I tore that off of here is I know right here is going to have a whole lot of stuff going on. You know,
Yeah.
charm hanging down,
Yeah.
ribbon coming out. And I left it the 10 inches long
Yep.
because I'm crazy like that. The next one I'll cut shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Okay. So, Kathy,
Yeah.
are you as far along on yours as you can get right now?
I am. I'm going to take some time and I'm going to glue my stuff and...
What my theory is, guys, and I know you'll let us know. My ring light is above my phone. I hope we're not in darkness.
shadow.
I'll try to lighten it on the video, on the editor.
Yeah.
I said, Kathy, I love this. That was an Anna Griffin sticker. Okay, so that's as easy as it was. We put paper front and back. Mine's glued, so I can do it. Paper front and back. I forgot to ink the edges of here, so I'm going to ink the edges. It's always fun to do a little surprise on the back of the tag. Don't feel like you have to or anything. But I love them. And then again, I'm going to be adding some words. Oh, for God's sake. I wish I could see my face. I wish you could see my face. Okay, Kathy, we're through with this part.
Okay, I get to have one. Yay!
Oh, my stars. It's only been 1
No,
second.
my stars.
Oh, my stars. She added stars to hers. It's been 1 second, and we have not finished. They're never finished.
Yeah,
But anyway, so
we'll
we wanted to
add-
show you these, and then we're going to do one more.
One more.
And Kathy, you
One
want to
more.
show yours first because it's beautiful?
Well, I took my star fabric, or excuse me, paper with the bats, and remember I had kind of screwed up the hole, but I'm going to hang something from there. I'm not sure what, but we'll get that figured out in a little bit. Little hiccup down here. I had some pumpkins. Molly and I didn't like them. Molly really didn't like them. Changed those out. Put some ribbon there, and then of course Molly's beautiful.
Well, I don't know about that, but I
Day of
love
the
that
Dead.
she used different textures of a thing to
Ribbon.
cover up the little boo-boo. And she could have left those pumpkins there. They were awful. But she could have left them there.
They were kind of bad.
Anyway,
So-
but this has the same feel now. The
Yeah.
pumpkins just felt like a different.
Two
They were
too new looking.
like animated
Yeah.
or cartoony look. Not cartoon, but
Yeah.
cute. Anyway, so beautiful. I love the idea that you're going to
Gonna hang something from there.
Oh my God, that's going to be wonderful.
It'd be pretty.
Okay, I normally don't do
This
10-inch
is
long tags,
gorgeous.
but I got to tell you, I like my 10-inch
Look at
long
the eyes.
tag.
You got to see the eyes will blink at you.
Okay, let me see if I can show you. I hope
'Cause the
you can.
eyes
we
are-
can't see what you're seeing because of
The way that
the camera is and all. And there's got to be an easier way. But anyway, I put
Perfect.
little teardrop rhinestones on the eyes. I added some leaves and things for get myself a little contrast. I dropped in a few words, and then look at my pretty ribbons. I love
They're
my
very
ribbons.
pretty.
Kind of. Ooh,
Did you use that one ombre, the yellow ombre, or no? Nope. You didn't put that one
no.
in there. Nope.
I had a ribbon that was yellow on one side and bright orange on the back, and it was a little too to go with these other ribbons. And
Yeah.
I was bound and determined I was going to throw
Use
some
that
sequins
sequence in
in
there.
and stuff like that. So love them
Yeah.
for a first attempt.
Very pretty.
And it really was quick like a bunny. It does take you a second. I do have some wooden round beads, that are they look like Mexican jewelry,
Yeah.
around here. So I'm going to make myself a little bit of a, Kathy's dropping some of hers. I got to put something on mine. And could you turn the microphone just a little bit?
Just a hair over so that you were talking into it?
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay, so now on to tag 2.
Show me what you're going to do tag 2.
Well, if I knew, I would tell you. You know, okay, let me get rid of this thing.
Yep, get rid of this one.
Do you have yours picked out already?
I think so. I think I'm going to do, well, you've kind of got that set up already. But I liked, and I'm going to have to do a lot of dabbing, if you will, but I liked these characters that Molly cut for me.
I love those.
This paper.
Again, that's from Creative Fabrica, and they're called Quirky Halloween.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a longer title than that, but I can put.
And what I'll put with it, I'm not 100% sure, but we can always walk around. And how about you, Molly?
I love this, and Kathy,
like
I
that
love
paper,
the paper.
too.
And what's the back of that paper? Is that going to be the back of your tag?
Yeah, I'm just going to. But isn't that pretty?
So that's going to be the back of your tag.
Sure.
Oh my God. Okay, this was some paper that I had, a single sheet of, and I love it.
Like the eyes.
I love it. However, I think I'm probably going to grab where I get the moon, because I want to throw these bats on there, because I've had these bats. These are Anna Griffin bats, and I've had them for more years than I'd like to admit. So I may be cutting up some.
Yeah.
I am going to probably use the same witch Kathy used a minute ago. I have a frame. What do you think so far? I need a cauldron. Is what I'm thinking.
Oh.
Anyway, so I have these Anna Griffin rub-ons that would be. They might show up on this dark paper. I can try, but I may rub them onto white paper. See my cauldron? Mm-hmm. You know. So and I got a couple of potion books and things like that. And then here's Kathy's that same kind of paper she used. I might tear a little bit of that off and stick it in there. Don't know yet. And then these were from Dollar Tree. Did I show you all these yet in the beginning? I don't know.
You might have.
The Dollar Tree were the, it's books. I don't know. And then bling-wise, I have a couple of, I'm so sorry for the glare, iridescent bling. God knows where I got these. Who is that? Recollection. So that's Michael's. Now, I didn't buy until end of season when they were on sale. Anyway, so that's what I've got, Kathy. So you ready to get started?
I'm ready to get started.
Okay, knock yourself out.
All right.
Now, how do we do it again?
Well, I'm going to... Actually, this is really a good question, Molly, because I want to be able to get these pumpkins in here. So, but I also want to get the kids in here. So you need to really kind of look at where this stuff's going to sit best to get the most bang for your buck. I think I'm going to go here with my tag being up here. I don't get a lot of pumpkins up here. I don't know, Molly. What do you think?
I was just about to tell you, try that side.
Maybe this side and come up a little bit so I get this pumpkin.
And it's not bad that they're walking in
the leaves.
And
we've got a little, I think you're right.
And if you have to tear your paper, Kathy, and bring it closer together, just tear it. You
can do that too.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to actually go kind of in this neck of the woods so I can get that spider there. And how about you? Where's yours going to go?
If I knew, I'd tell you, is what I keep saying. And I didn't show you the back of my paper. I'm just praying.
Oh, I like the back of your paper.
I'm getting it right. So I'm going to put it to where I hope I got my moon and enough of my graveyard. I think I did. Ooh, I got a little low on my moon. Now this is the undo I'm telling you about. Hold on. This is the undo. It comes in a big old huge bottle. I pour this in this bottle so I can use it. And you literally just see how I'm pouring it on there? And it looks like it's messing everything up. But it lets you just pull that tape off. You can also use a heat gun to make, have your tape come off. But I'm going to use this and see how I'm just able to pull it and it drifts down. And then what'll happen is that'll dry and you will never know it was there.
That's awesome stuff.
It really is. It does have an odor, so, it's... Okay, so let me come up a little bit. There you go.
I love that.
And then again, that tape is going to stick to that pretty well once it dries. But this will just evaporate away and dry. Okay, so I put my undo in here just so, because my other bottle is much bigger. Okay, Kathy,
now, does that work on regular glue?
No, it works on adhesives, like
Only
tapes.
adhesives.
Tapes, glue dots, things like that. It does
Okay,
not
that's
work on.
interesting.
That's why I don't use glue. Is because once I put glue down,
Yeah.
and if I want to change something or move something, which I did on my other tag quite a bit, you know, I was able to. And Kathy, I'm not fussing or anything, but if you had taped down those pumpkins,
we
you
could
could have gotten them up
gotten
and
them off.
you'd have never known they were there.
So this is what I ended up with, and I think this is going to be fine.
I love it.
With that
Love
big
it.
spider web hanging down, and okay.
And
So
you can
now-
always cut those other pumpkins out of that paper and make
Sure.
throw them in there wherever you
So
want to.
now I'm going to do the back,
Again, I'm using scissors to do this. I can't stand that.
and I
Where's
might
the thing?
just do it that way.
Sorry about the ASMR, the noise I'm making here. Okay, that's going to be the back of my tag. Does that look good enough to be the back of that tag? I think so.
Yeah,
huh?
especially with this hand. I'm actually thinking of just trimming that off a little bit, because I can do this and save that. That's the other thing. When you have cool paper like
Oh, how
this,
funny.
so it's like, maybe I don't want to use that as my back, because the paper's so cool.
We'll use something else.
What do you think, Mal?
I love plaid. I'm just enough of a, you know, like straight lines and plaids and
think-
architectural things and all, and I just, so I'm,
I think I
love
might
plaid.
do this. And I'm just going to cut that top off or the bottom off and use the plaid. I'll just trim that down. And then I'll have this hunk left with that big spider web on top.
That's so cute, Kathy.
But I do like those.
You can hear, those of you can't hear it maybe on the microphone's not picking up, but you can actually hear her wheels turning.
Where the wheels are rolling around. Let me think here for a minute, people. Let's see what we got here.
Getting this tape off, whether it's the sheet or the tear tape. I did have someone ask me who was a longtime scrapbooker. They used a glue gun, I mean a tape runner gun, which was one of those big ATG tape guns. And I tried those, and the tape is set just a little to one side instead of being dead center of the runner. So as a left-hander, I could never figure out how to get my tape right on the edge of something. If you were just going to slap on your tape and you didn't care where it was, I love those things. I don't like loading them or anything else. But I like my line tape because I can see exactly where I'm putting it. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
But
You kind of find your way.
but if you like tape guns, then use tape guns. You know what I mean? To each, everybody do you, as Tim Holtz always says. You know. Kathy, that is a darling piece of paper.
I know, I like this
So
one
you're
too.
using your Mardi Gras paper?
I'm going to save this for here,
Okay.
and I'm going to use this for the back
Okay.
of this one. But I love this.
Okay.
Can't waste that.
So your hexagons are going to be going sideways? That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
They are not hexagons. They're diamonds. She just told
Whatever
me.
they are.
Yeah, she
I
really
just
did.
agree to everything.
Yeah. Ooh! Make
Uh-oh.
me some. Oh, no.
Dilly bread's coming Molly's way. I was going to do it this morning, but you know, when you get up and you start digging through it, I did quite a bit of digging last night, pulling stuff together. And I actually went through my Tim Holtz people and got them organized. Those Whataburger salad trays
Oh my
are
gosh.
like the best.
I cannot believe that, Kathy.
Truly. And so I was fooling around with that. Fooling around with that. And so this morning kind of got away from me. I really thought, oh, I might get up really early and make that dilly. Well, that didn't happen. But I do like to get up early and bake the bread, just because turning the oven on and yeah, I like to get it done.
Again, I'm using scissors to cut this and struggling. Normally, I would use my paper trimmer, which is over there.
You want it?
No, I'm gonna whine like a baby. Anyway, or I would more importantly use my glass mat on here and then lay it down and just use my X-Acto
There.
knife to get it done. And look at that,
And I, like you guys know, I like to sand mine, so I'm gonna fool around with that.
I got my paper a little crooked on here so you can see some chipboard exposed here. Rather than trying to repair it, I can either cover it with something or I'm probably going to just take it to my paper trimmer and
You want the trimmer?
trim that 1/8 of an inch off.
You want this one?
If you can
Will
reach
that
it.
work for you?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
And if anybody from Fiskars would be watching, why would they be? I don't know. But anyway, this was my favorite trimmer in the whole world.
Are they still making it?
No, they discontinued it. And I have scoured the internet for replacement blades and cannot find them. So I'm sad. Ooh, and the reason I like it is it has this metal piece right here where you can line something up and you know exactly where you're cutting. Yeah. So I loved it, but such is life. Okay, so Kathy's, you ever seen those TikTok videos where it shows people racing to turn the glasses over faster or fill the balloons up faster or something? That's what I feel like I'm trying to get something done.
But they're fun. They're addicting.
Making these tags?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm making little pieces of art over and over. And then I just put them out to display. And I like that. That made no sense to, look, I keep looking as if you can see me. It makes no sense to anybody else, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, my blade's going bad on this thing. It's finally giving up the ghost.
So you can't even get the blades? You don't think, did you try just for the
I have
replacement
tried all
blades?
over the world. There was one place somewhere in Europe that had them, and as much as I say I love this, it was just too expensive.
Well,
It was like
shipping from Europe these days
and I don't
is
make sense,
just
but even they knew
insane.
that they were the last of them I think in the world.
Yeah.
So they would charge an arm and a leg or something. But anyway, I have sharpened the blade a couple of times and.
How do you sharpen them?
Literally, see this little blade? Can you see that little blade right there?
Yeah.
I'd take some sandpaper or aluminum foil or something and just do it. Okay, my last tag I made 10 inches tall. I'm going to just make this one 9 inches tall, again, because I can, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and cut so I remember that because I want my bats to fit up. I know my bats that have to fit right there. Okay, now Kathy's cutting and
Sanding. I stand like crazy.
she's saying like crazy
Like
is true.
like
Is
crazy.
true.
I like that primitive rough edge
And then I'm going to come over here and do my
for dabbing.
dabbing. See how you probably can't see it from there, but it just takes that rawness away from the edge. And Kathy, I should be sanding my edges. Look how rough they are.
Well, you're welcome to borrow that.
Oh, I'm going to I'll fix it from this last part. Oh, anyway, so I've got like 7 different styles of paper trimmers. I just love that one. Oh,
What are you making for dinner?
Yes,
Whataburger salad?
I think
or a
Whataburger
tray?
salad. I think a Whataburger salad is exactly what we're going to have. Has anybody else but me gotten into women's basketball? Oh my God, I am hooked on that.
Basketball?
Basketball, yeah. And so my husband and I almost, we make it like a TV dinner type. Last night we had pizza, watched the games or something. Another night we'll order but it's a meal to go or something. So you never know. Okay, so there you
You
go.
didn't happen to see where the other dabber went to, did you?
No, but I didn't look. It's behind the microphone.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, I didn't see
Start
until,
dabbing
I
away.
didn't see until you. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now y'all got to help me place this stuff. I wish y'all could talk. I wish you could talk back to me. Okay, so the hand is sticking out, and while that's a main attraction, it's not going to end up being my main attraction. These should be adhesive back. Let's see if Anna made these adhesive back. Let's see if I can get the adhesive started.
I know, that was you had your little poker, your picker.
It's by you. Well, I got a pair of scissors over here, though. Let's see if I can. There you go. So these were adhesive back stickers from Anna Griffin, and again, they're older than dirt. Do I want to do it like that or that? Kathy, which direction do I want to do those? This way?
I like the back on this way.
No, it's stuck.
Sorry.
now.
Oh, it's stuck now.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. It was, I want my picture aiming that way. Is why I was thinking that. So I ask and then I do my own thing. Okay, and then I got a second little bat.
I should know that.
I know. And then he's going to come like here. Ooh, I love it already.
There you go.
Love
Perfect.
it already. Okay, so now I'm going to take my ground espresso instead of the walnut stain because it's got a little darker brown, a little more blackish dark. You probably can't tell the difference in color, but it's got more brown color. So I'm just going to do this a little bit. And Tim Holtz sells some pieces of acrylic, you know, like you know how you make a shaker card or a shaker window or something. It's just that clear acrylic stuff, but they've got gunshot things in them. Have you seen those?
No.
Oh my gosh, I wished I had a little piece of something that dramatic to put over here, like as you know.
Yeah.
In there, that'd be cool. Okay, so there's that.
Did you tell me? Did you watch his Halloween?
Okay, so Tim Holtz came out with this Christmas box through Simon Said Stamp. Again, I don't get anything from Simon Said Stamp or Tim Holtz. I would take something if they offered it. But anyway, the Christmas was so successful and so many people asked if he would do a Halloween one that they worked hard, got the supplies, and are doing a Halloween one. I'm not buying the stuff, but boy, if you're into Halloween, it is pretty phenomenal. But he showed the project they're going to be doing in class. Kathy, it is stunning.
Adorable.
It is adorable. It's a 3D apothecary cabinet type thing. It's got lights. It's got, it's just stunning. Stunning. But I have to, I'm trying to use up what I got, Kathy.
Yeah, and in the kit, honestly, is quite a bit of stuff that...
oh, it was more than in my lifetime. You know. But it was fun, you know. But I'm glad, and Christmas I do a whole lot more than Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, Kathy, I got to tell you, whoever cut you those little people,
I know, don't you love them?
I'm telling you, she is a good person.
She really is.
Those little people are darling on that paper. I mean, they look like they might have been made for each other. I don't know. And
Really
the
cute.
paper is from Crafter's Companion, which is a company that they sell a lot on HSN, but they also have their own website. They're from England. Sarah is actually, I think, from Scotland. Sarah, the lady who runs the company. But boy, they make a lot of really cute, cool stuff. And while I like their dyes and other things they make, I love the paper they make.
Didn't you have their Christmas paper too?
That's what I was going to tell you. Is I
okay.
actually showed Kathy. I bought a box of Christmas paper.
Oh, it's beautiful.
From them. It's
And I was going to buy a box. You sent me the information.
It was on sale for $30 from
I'll never use
scrapbook.com.
3 sheets.
No, you'll never use 3 sheets.
I'll never use 3 sheets.
Well, it was 2 sheets of each.
Or 2 sheets.
It was 2 sheets of each. Remember? Because I was
Why did I have it in my head that it was
I was
3?
going to share. This shows you what a. I'm funny, but Kathy's learned. You know, I'm sorry. I'm like I am. But I said if I have 3 sheets of scrapbook paper, or something like, I'll gladly give one away. But I need to keep 2 in case I decide to do a scrapbook layout.
Yeah.
Well, that Christmas box only comes with 2 sheets of each.
Oh, why did I think?
So I couldn't do it. But it was $79.99 or $69.99 on HSN, but it was on sale for $30 on scrapbook.com. And it is beautiful. It's My Special Papers, I think was the name of it.
It was beautiful. Those papers were yummy.
So
she opened that box up and my mouth dropped.
Yeah. But anyway, okay, so I went ahead and I pop dotted this down. Even though I may be wanting to tuck something under it or whatever.
Yeah.
But I did that.
Do you have some room?
Knowing I could undo it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I wanted to get started. So I wanted a cauldron.
Did you find a cauldron?
Well, I have this rub on. So what I think I'm going to do is take just a sheet of paper
and rub it
on, and then cut it out, and then stick up my cauldron right there. Ooh, and then I've got some potion books and things. I'll try to put on here.
Actually cut this.
Oh, I did want to show y'all this. And again, I'm not trying to sell y'all stuff, but if you have these in your drawers, take them out. This is the We Are Memory Keepers angle cutter, and they've got a small angle and a large angle. And We Are Memory Keepers was a family that was originally there. Well, I think they still do bookbinding. So when they make a tool, it is a good heavy-duty tool. So if you buy their hole punch or their whatever, you see how it's going through all those layers, and it cuts a perfect little angle on the corner if you can see. you know. So I'm going to cut my angles because I happen to like tag angles. Now I'm going to have to get up to give me a piece of paper because
I have to get up myself. Should we pause here for a second, or what do you think? Are you able
if you'd like to, okay.
And then I can get my leaves. Yep.
Okay, hold on just
I'm
one
going to put some
second.
leaves, and I need my...
Kathy, I'm not sure exactly where we left off, but I can tell you where we're going to finish.
We got pretty excited when we had our goods together and had a layout of what we wanted to do.
And we turned off so that we could go find a little stuff and all.
Yep.
And we ended up finishing them or getting close to finishing.
Close to finish, yep.
You know, we
got
say we're never finished.
A couple things up here I want to do, like string them in layers. I want to do something down here yet on this guy, but yeah.
Okay. Now you showed yours first.
Yep.
I'm going to show mine first this time. I love this little fella. And I don't mean to sound so, you may not care for it, but I love it. I use that same witchy picture. Okay, here's the background paper. I don't know if you remember, but it had a big claw skeleton hand coming up.
A hand
you can't even see it anymore.
No.
So why did I care what that was? I really wanted the moon.
The moon.
On blue. You know, so when I found that paper, that's what I wanted. Anyway, so there's my 2 stickers. There's my frame with the witch in it. And then I used the Anna Griffin rub-ons and just put it on white paper and cut it out. Use the Anna Griffin rub-on, put it on white paper and cut it out. And then I had those iridescent blings.
I like the blings. They look like the little bubbles.
Bubble, toil and trouble.
Yep.
And this was one of those old pieces of paper from Temu, but like I said, I think you can get them from Amazon now or something. And then I had some, and these were Prima leaves that I had. And Kathy, they've got to be, I bet you they're 15 years old. You know,
and they still look great.
Well, I don't know about look great, but I couldn't throw them away.
Yeah,
you know, kind of thing. So there's my tag. The back is skeletons. I don't care about the back. I just love it. And then I like ribbons, so I found myself some different kind of ribbons. Some with a little sparkle, some narrow ones. I might be adding another piece in there, navy or something. I don't know. But and then I may add a charm here because I just love dingle dangles.
I like the
beads
charms
and dingle dangles.
Yeah.
Okay, show us what you got, girl.
And we got these off of Creative Fabrica. Molly was gracious enough and cut them out for me. Added some leaves, got a spider going on down here. This too was one of the Anna Griffin rub-ons. We did that, and I added the spider. Molly thinks it's gross.
It is scary. It is scary.
And then some charms that kind of fit the character of the...
I love it. And Kathy, I love all the things. There's a little spider down here. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's good. And pretty little bitty leaves she's got there.
Leaves going.
Yeah. And now I do want to mention, again, I don't work for Anna Griffin or anything. I'm pulling you down in the shot. Her rub-ons are great. Where it looks like some's missing here, I use those
to fill it in
on a little scrap of paper to show Kathy how to do them and all. That's not a rub-on mistake. But look at the quality of the white on color and then the black on the white. That's a rub-on on top of a rub-on.
And all spider webs are not full.
Oh, no.
You know, they're all broken.
Yeah. But anyway, so I love it. Now, Kathy?
Molly?
Did you have fun making tags?
I did.
You know.
And I'm sure that our audience who joined us for this will probably get a kick out of it. Maybe we've inspired them to sit out and make some holiday tags.
I hope so. And if y'all have any other questions, please ask us and we'll do our best to try to answer them.
Yep.
But it is just as easy as finding us what I call a substrate, you know, something to make your tag on.
Yep.
And if you don't have scrapbooking papers and you don't want to go buy them, just color them, paint it, do it, stamp it, whatever you want to. I happen to have scrapbook paper, so we're using that. Some adhesive, your choice. We like tape.
Yeah.
But if you want to use glue.
And I like glue on mine. Molly does the pop-ups, the glue pops.
And that's one of the things I did tease Kathy while her tag is stunning. Is all of this glued down?
Yep.
Okay, and that's where. So I use just tape or pop-ups with adhesive, and I must have moved these things 7 times. I call what I call dry fit. I kind of fit them and then stick one piece down, and then I play. So I am just a sucker for adhesive that I can
having the ability to.
But it's permanent adhesive. Once it
settles in, you're good.
It's on there and all.
Yeah.
So anyway, Kathy, I want to thank you for coming over and us playing.
It was so fun, Molly. Thanks for inviting me. And
now the bad news is we still have 150 lifetimes worth of tags to make and all. So we will keep going on this.
And we'll show them maybe at our next Flosstube.
Oh, I bet so.
When we
And
tape again.
thank y'all for asking. We were more than glad to do it. And if you have any other questions, please let us know. And I hope like heck I'm even recording. I think we are. Okay. Love you
always-
to death.
yep.
What else can you think of, Kathy?
That's it. Don't forget, if you like us,
That's it.
please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let people know that we've
Comment, ask
off
questions.
the tangent of cross stitch for this one, but certainly enjoy the whole art of scrapbooking and scrapping. And
But if it's off the subject of scrapbooking, but these would make great floss book covers or anything
Yep.
like that. If you're looking for little fun
Yep.
things to hand out at
retreats or send along in your
and all,
Christmas cards.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
creative. You
A
know,
lot of
kind
fun.
of thing. So
So,
decorate it
all
for a
good.
good bag. Okay,
All
y'all
right.
have fun. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.